So since the school year has started, everyone's back in the classroom, I thought it would be appropriate to do a NotebookLM tutorial because NotebookLM is so powerful and it's so awesome and teachers need to be using it. Once you see everything that it can do for you, you will definitely use it. If you need to know how all the main parts work together and all the little details, you need to watch my first tutorial on NotebookLM, which I will link below, because this one's just going to cover kind of the best use cases for you. The second thing is some of the features I show may not be activated in your account. So your admin may have them shut off, or maybe you're on a different workspace package. Most of what I'm going to show you, you're going to have, but just in case something's missing, I want to make that clear. I am on the Pro plan, so I have all the features. And then the third thing, which is really the main reason why you'll want to use NotebookLM, is because it has the chat feature like you're going to see in ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude or wherever it is you're using a chatbot. There's all kinds of them out there. It has the capability and the reasoning skills without all of the extra information. So you can pull in specific resources and the AI will only look at those resources. So it restricts it from pulling in other information or having hallucinations, and because you're giving it a very focused and narrow view of the content you want it to use. That's why it's so powerful. Now, here's a freebie use case. I have 5 of them, but this is actually the 6th one. This is actually a really cool one. They have featured notebooks now. So they're making these notebooks that are full of resources. You can go in and chat with this content to learn about all of this cool stuff. They have actually a lot of them. I'm not going to show them all to you. These are just like the top 5. Check that out because that alone is really pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump into this notebook that I have created. So you can see over here, I only have one resource. So when I ask this chatbot any questions, it's going to only look in that resource. So the very first use case is to use this for lesson planning, getting your objectives, getting outlines, pulling out main ideas. So you can take all of your documents that you have, just get them into a digital form, get them in here, and then have NotebookLM clean them up and really get them organized for you. So you can even have, extra content. Maybe you have a PDF of a textbook and you want to pull out the most basic ideas for someone to understand that subject. In other words, you can have a very vast resource and just ask the chatbot to narrow in on the few things that you need. I don't even need to say anything else about that because your mind is already spinning. But I mean, for curriculum, for scope and sequence, for all of that, you can load that all in here and have the chatbot organize it for you. You just talk to it, ask for stuff. So the next thing would be for quiz questions. So let's say you pull in all of the videos they've watched, all of the worksheets they've completed, all of the textbook excerpts, and you say, create a 20-question multiple choice quiz. If you have your standards in there as well, you could actually have them aligned to the standards if you needed to do that. But you could also say, I want feedback for each one as well. Okay, so here you go. Here are all of these questions. You can either copy them all and paste them into something, or you can save that response as a note. So if I'm going to save it as a note, it pops over here. And where does it go? To the top or the bottom? Oh, right here to the top. And then if you wanted to change the name of it, you just double click. And then up here, I can just say quiz because I want to clearly know what that is in the future. So it's marked as a quiz. Okay, next use case would be to create additional types of media instead of just text. So you have 2 options. You can do a podcast, which you can see this one's labeled as kind of like a little audio icon. That's our podcast. Let me let you listen to that. I did already generate this before because it takes time to process that and get it created. But let's just listen.
Cut through the information overload in professional development and really make learning stick. Today we're diving into how escape rooms can actually transform that experience. Turn it from
Okay, so whatever resources you have chosen over here, it will use those only, and it will just dissect them in a very conversational and exceptionally good quality. I actually have a lot of podcast videos on this very channel that I've done that with really cool content, like 2-hour podcasts of like cutting edge content. And I use that feature to just digest it all, and I put it out on my channel so people can like consume that content in like 10 minutes in a very conversational way. So check that out if you want to see some other examples of that. This is the latest thing. This is the video. So you see it's marked with the video icon. And this takes about 15 minutes for it to process and create. But let's just go ahead. I'm just going to jump in the middle and let you listen to this.
Now, this is not just about playing games for the sake of it. No. This is about building a totally immersive experience where the thrill of the game is woven directly into very specific,
there's not
very
a lot of animation on the screen. It
is the perfect antidote to that passive sit and heist. You're not just reviewing security protocols.
But
you're in the middle of a data breach dilemma.
Covers a lot of content.
The theme
but like I said, it's not going to be really nicely animated, but it does do a very good job of digesting the content into, something you can watch. And by the way, if you're wondering about this escape room book, I actually sell this in my online store, that link is also below. This is how to turn professional development learning into escape room types of learning, which is a lot more fun to do. Check that out. I got a whole video series on that too on the channel. Okay, so those are 3 ideas. I have 2 more. This is a video that's on my channel about 10 ways teachers can use AI in the classroom. So let's say I have this video, but I need this to be in a text format. So I can say I need the transcript. I could do that. It could pull the entire transcript. I could also say I need a blog post of the main points. We'll run that one next. So now it's going to write it out nice and neat like a blog post. I could do a lot of other things too. For example, if you had some science content, you could ask for analogies, because sometimes those science processes are hard to understand and analogies are great. So you can feed in anything. It can be video or it can be documents. Feed it in and then have it pull the text, create an outline, make analogies, write it in simpler language, write it so a 5-year-old can understand it. I mean, the possibilities there are limitless. Wow, I think I have more than 5 use cases actually, so this is really good. The other one is for group work. So let's say you assign a project to students. They can work on this as a group, just like they can work on Google Docs as a group. So the share settings are up here. You just invite the different group members into the notebook, and then they can all add resources. They can all ask questions. They can all save notes. They can create mind maps and make the podcast. They can do this all together as a team. So this would be a great way for them to collect resources for a project, and then for this to help them get the outline, what's a good introduction, what's a good example to explain this to students who may not be interested in the topic, what's a good hook, what's a good conclusion. I mean, this can help them to become better presenters and speakers while they're also learning. Although it seems like this is doing the hard work for them. And in some ways, I mean, it may not be good for every situation, but I think for them to see samples of how this is done, that's good to see high quality examples of what a good hook is, or a good introduction, or a good analogy. They're learning as they're building the project. The final way is kind of like what I've just alluded to, and that is to use this as a tutor. So you could load in all of your unit content. You could share your chat that you've created with your students, and then they can go in and ask questions and have a built-in tutor. They don't understand what an answer is, they can ask. I don't get that. That doesn't make sense. I thought it was this. I thought it was that. So basically, they just have this super high-powered but very focused teacher at their fingertips 24 hours a day. So those are my top tips. Let me know if you have something else you've used it for. My audience would love more ideas because, I mean, I know there's so many more ideas than what I thought of. I tried to pull some together to get this out there, get people using it, and because it's just so powerful. It's absolutely amazing. So let me know what you think, and don't forget to like the video, of course. Subscribe to the channel. I'm covering a ton more stuff in the next few weeks, so there's a lot going on that can really help educators and people in the professional world as well. I mean, anyone can use this. I've made this for students and teachers, but any professional who wants to learn and stay organized could use this tool. Have a great day.